Hello, good evening, and welcome to my channel, Boris Chess for Beginners. And tonight we've got another treat for you. Hopefully, I'm sure it will be. Last week, if you tuned in, I played a game against Viophile, a fellow BYP club member from Finland, and we enjoyed it so much we decided we'd have another game tonight. So here we are. He's sat ready and waiting for us to go. So I'm about to issue him a challenge now. So we just go to. I've just gone to his profile, setting the game up. So we're going to go for a 20-minute game with 10-second increment, or 11 as it happens this time. Okay, we're going to go for random colour sides. So we don't know what we're going to get. Last week we had a really good game. I'm going to try not to blunder my queen this week by clicking on the wrong piece on the board. So hopefully I'll learn from next week. It was going quite well up until that happened. So if you missed that game, it was really close. Was doing quite well, both doing quite well. I had a good opportunity, and then I was messing about, looking at different moves, and then clicked on the rook or whatever it was instead of moving the queen out of the way, and lost the queen. But in the rules of the game, if you're playing a match and you touch a piece, you have to move it. So there we are, and that's the reason I didn't ask for a take back. So I know he's ready to go. So there we go. We're firing the game up now, so just wait for him to accept. I know he sat there waiting, ready to go. I did a puzzle live stream the other day, and if you want to have a look at that, then really do, because my friend from Holland, Josneem, has been commenting on the puzzles there, and I'm in the process of writing back to him. We're explaining some of the answers that he's come up with, going back through some of the answers he's come up with. So I mean, he's gone through. So if you're a beginner and you're looking to understand the way puzzles work and how to calculate puzzles, then he's put some really good comments on there. So go and check that out. Okay, I didn't quite get all the names right, but we got some discovered attacks and various other bits and pieces that went on in those puzzles. So yeah, it was quite good for me to do. So I'm going to have a go at sort of trying to play the London again tonight and see how we get on with that. I've got a chessable course on it. But there's about 8 or 9 different variations depending on the moves that black plays. So I'm going to try and remember and get at least one of them right. So I'm not sure what. I'm not too good with that many openings. So it depends if he throws me any curveballs. So with the knight to f6, we have to watch a play for h5, which would then threaten the bishop. So I'm just going to take the precaution of moving my pawn to h3, so if he does play h5, I've got an escape route for my bishop. I think we're actually playing. We're playing a game at the moment, a correspondence game, and I think I opened with the London, and it's become pretty uncomfortable for me as he's managed to plant a bishop. I think it is right in the middle of my defence, and it's making it pretty awkward for me to get out of. But that's the name of the game. Right. Okay. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Right. Okay. Okay. So they say there's no rush to play these games. We've got a 20-minute time control and 10 or 11 seconds per move extra. So the next move here well, we want to make sure we don't get caught by a knight to b4 at some point. So building this triangle of pawns is the way the London system sets up, and I'm by no means an expert at this, so all I know is the first sort of 7 or 8 moves. But as I say, there are a number of variations on the theme depending on what your opponent plays. I know it is possible in the London to play c3 with the knight, and I think that is called the Jababa, as I've been watching a few of Ginger GM's videos. So if you he's quite a good watch as well, old Ginger GM. He's done quite a lot on the London, as I think Eric Rosen. I watched a couple of videos by Eric Rosen, and obviously I think John Bartholomew's done some on the London as well, and that's where I got the chessable course on the London. But with these things, it relies on you playing on a regular basis and trying to learn all the different move orders, and it's quite a complicated thing to do, to learn all of the variations, so it takes quite some time. Okay, so I guess we're going to be faced with a fianchetted bishop here. So we're not going to block our light squared bishop, so we're going to play f3. And then we'll be looking to play possibly d3 with our light squared bishop, d2 with the b1 knight, and get castled on the king's side. Although we have got d2 with the queen available as well if we want to consider castling long, but I think it's normally done king side in the London. So Viophile's having a good think about this, and I was talking so much last week, so I was not messing about, I was doing moves, and it ended up moving me rook by mistake, so I'm going to try not to do that tonight, and I will try and share my thoughts. Okay, so there's the bishop out. Okay, so we could trade bishops, but I'd really like to try and hang on to that bishop, and I don't want to destroy my pawn structure, so I'm just going to pull my bishop back to h2. Obviously if he does take, and I'll take with the rook, which means I won't be able to castle king side. Okay, well that's what I moved the pawn out of the way for, was to tuck my bishop away, so ball's now in Viophile's court as to whether he wants to what he's going to do next. Okay, so I'm just still trying to keep an eye on what he's doing. He's castled. Okay, so I'm going to bring okay. I'm just looking, I think yeah, he's not going to bring his knight to b4 at the moment. Shouldn't think, and we are covered by We have got the rook, sorry, the rook, the knight there. Okay, well I'm going to develop my bishop. So again, trying to follow the opening principles which I try to do in games wherever possible, and that's to try and get all your pieces out and into the game. That's the first principle. Try and occupy the centre, get your pieces out and developed, and then get your king to safety, unless the opportunity presents itself to take a free piece. Material is always better. Is always better over anything else if the opportunity presents itself. And a little bit of advice I had from last week from Yoza was actually in a game I took a knight with a bishop, and it probably wasn't the right move, and generally you shouldn't be trying to swap a bishop for a knight unless there's a good reason to do so. Okay, so he's developed his rook opposite my king, so we will castle. So there could be a bit of a contest here. For the e-file. His light squared bishop can't go very far at the moment, and I've got my light squared bishop to a central position, and we've got the dark squared bishop on this long diagonal. Okay, right, so okay, we're looking for first blood, are we? Okay, well he's obviously going to try and open that. He's obviously going to try and open the e-file. So what do we do here? We capture. We've still got the knight covering. We've got the knight covering there. We've also still got the bishop covering that. So we have got that square covered 3 times. Okay. So in thinking about the puzzles video the other day, I'm just going to try and find the best move for white. That's always something you should try and do. Obviously material is equal at the moment, but there's no undefended pieces. Well, no undefended pieces anywhere. If I take, he's got the option to take that as well. Okay, we do have to watch here. We've got to watch this push too. We've got to deal with this pawn, because if he pushes e4, then I have got a big problem. So we've got to deal with this. So I think the only way is to take with the pawn. We've got that square covered twice still. To not have taken that would have, I think, been pretty disastrous, and I think my position would have been open fairly quickly. So hopefully that's the right move, but at the moment it seems okay. And I'm going to get this rook here, but I also still want to get my last piece into the game too, so I don't want to be stuck with okay. Okay, good attack, mate. Good attack. Okay, well I also see an attack here. I could move me bishop to b5, which would attack his rook. Oh, and that will just lead to c6, which would mean another bishop move. So that would just cost me another move. And I think I'd rather keep. Okay. So, is he going to bring his knight in? If he brings his knight in, we've got to watch the diagonal of the light squared bishop, which is across the board here. We do have to watch this diagonal with his bishop. So we're pretty even on time. Okay. Well, what I've got to watch here is his queen coming up and causing me a problem here. So that's something I missed in a game a while ago, thinking about something on the other side of the board, and completely missed a queen attack onto the h2 square and ended up in this position checkmated. So I need to be a bit wary of that. So I don't want to get stuck with my rook here. But I've got no choice really here. We've got to take the bishop. I've still got this knight to get in the game. Still got to activate my queen. I want to get this rook in the game. So we're still pretty even on time. It's nearly 14 minutes each. I think we're both playing quite well at the moment. I mean, I will have a look on see if there's any comments come in. I'll just put okay, well, no other comments on the Chrome screen at the moment, which is where we've got okay. Okay, well, we'll just play E1, defend the pawn. Just try not to leave any undefended pieces anywhere. And that's sadly, beginners always make mistakes. You can play 20 really good moves against a really good player or any opponent. But one bad move is enough to undo your game. I played a game yesterday against another guy, random guy online, and we were doing really well, and I made one error and the game was over. Up to that point, when we run through the analysis afterwards, at that point White was actually leading, and one daft move and that's the game over. So okay. Don't see any move other than. Okay, let's have a quick think. Before we move. Okay. The knight can't get in to cover this. Push G3. G3. Can we do anything else at the moment? Okay, we've got any checks or captures, so we're trying to think for checks or captures. I'm a bit disappointed I've not got these pieces out, but he's also still got his, a minor piece and a queen on the back rank, so this is quite a quick attack. Okay, I don't see any other defence other than okay, well what we could have if we play that, move, we do have to watch rook here and then in here, because we will suddenly undefend this and undefend this square, so we need to be a little bit careful. So what I think I might do is bring my queen out, because if he takes there, then at least I can take with the queen. So I'm going to play that move. And then maybe knight to d2, which will then cover the queen if he does get any fancy ideas, maybe with his own queen. Plus I'll then be able to connect me rooks. So we've got this open, there's this one open file at the moment, partially open file I suppose you could say. About what we were doing. Okay, well, can we do anything else with this? Can we do anything else with this knight? D2, these two squares are cut off at the moment, so can we do A3, A3, no, those two squares are cut off as well, so that we can't really sit here. Okay, so that's obviously, he's obviously looking, I would think, to bring his queen out. He's got quite a good pawn chain here, so we need to watch this. We need to watch if he comes to b6, attack on this pawn. So that's a fairly common. Anyway, okay. Well, let's just get our rook into the game, knight into the game, our other knight into the game. So at the moment we're even Stevens. So if you've got any comments to make if you're watching and you've got any comments to make, stick them in. If I don't get to see them now, I'll respond to them or try and respond to them after the game. Oh, hello username, how you doing? Okay. Okay. Okay, we can push. Let's just be a little bit careful. Okay, that blocks off that route. Okay, let's see. We've got to try and come up with a plan. Okay, we can go here and here with the knight. Is he going to attack the queen? If he brings his bishop, he can't bring his bishop here. He's not going to bring it there. Can't cover, take that there with the bishop because of the pawn. So if we move that there, can we go here? Here. I'm just looking at some knight moves. F1, G3. F1, G3, and that's going to run into trouble over here. So that's not a good move. So I'm thinking. Okay, let's activate me lost. Okay, that looks. I'm going to move the rook to C1, because if this pawn pushes to open up the bishop, then this will open this line up. If we take here, that'll open this file up with this rook. I know Viophile might actually be listening to this, but I don't mind. I'm happy with that. It's all part of the fun. I'm sure nothing I say would influence anything he's likely to do. Be interesting to see what Joda's thoughts on this are. Okay, yeah, he hasn't said anything to say yet other than hello, so I'm sure he's watching, he's studying the game. Looking at this, okay, looking at this, okay, E4, maybe to try and, okay, well I don't really want to do that. He's got his queen on this, he's got his queen here, on this line, on this file, so I don't want to open up that file whilst my bishop is here. Okay. Okay. Good move. Okay, we've got plenty of scope for the bishop, which is in a pretty good position. Okay. What can we do? There's no uncovered pieces. The fact that he's moved his king there, I think, suggests he's going to try and do something with his queen, because he's now got a defender for the knight. So I'm wondering if his next move is to do something with his queen. So I'm wondering if that might be his next move. Okay, knight up here. Mind you, it's out on its own. Remove the defenders. Can we do anything to remove a defender? Can we remove a defender? Can we remove a defender? Right. Because then push the pawn there. Leaves that pawn undefended. That is, put that there, that's safe. And then even if we were to take there, it would just move in another pawn. So there's not an opportunity for an attack yet at the moment. So I'm going to preempt his queen move, and I'm going to play B4. Well, it still gives me room to play the knight move that I want, and then I can stick the knight on C5, and that could be a fairly nice, nice little outpost, although he still does have B6, which would challenge it. So notwithstanding anything else, then and it will move the knight out of the way of the queen as well. So perhaps one of these rooks opposite the queen, perhaps that would have been a better move thinking about it now. Perhaps if I'd played D1 instead of C1, that might have been better. Of course, he's still got the queen out here, but if he plays the queen out here, he's not going to play the queen there, is he, you donut? Well, we're both starting to run slightly short on time. 8 minutes. He's got 8 minutes. I've got just over 6 minutes. So we're not. Well, I'm not a blisteringly fast player. I've lost a few games on time. Okay, queen out. Okay, so. Okay, we've got. Okay. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Just got to keep an eye on this bishop. Oh, I don't want to end up losing that for nothing. It's still really quite a strong piece. I still think I want to get this rook onto d1. Well, even if he pushes c5, I'm going to jump the knight in and then attack the bishop and the queen. So if you're listening via file, don't listen to my tactics, okay? So what I'm trying to do in these games, these games are aimed at beginners. So I think like a beginner. I've watched lots of videos. So even though you're trying to do the right thing, I'm hoping that any beginner players that watch these videos will try and understand the way you try and think moves through. Try and assess positions. Okay. Okay. We don't want to take with the pawn. Well, we can't take with the pawn anyway. Okay, let's. And I'm thinking G3. We can't take the bishop with the queen because we'll lose the queen. Okay, knight here. Knight to d4. 4 minutes. Right, I've got to get a move on. Got to get a move on here. Spending too long thinking about this. Okay, I'm not going to give up another pawn. So, and we'll now stop his rook attacking here. At least for right. Okay, we really need to get our skates on now. He's got quite a good position, and I'm finding it quite difficult to find the moves to break it down. But I think I'm going to have to start pushing the centre now. I say, anyway, but whether you're a beginner or not, I hope you're finding this entertaining. That's the whole point of it. The aim of this channel really is just to try and give beginner players a bit of understanding and thought from a beginner's perspective. So I'm not a rated player at all, not a very good player, but always try and have a good game. Always try and do the right things. They don't always work out. I got mullered a couple of times yesterday, absolutely torn to pieces. Okay, so he's obviously trying to force the change. We don't want to. We've got the bishop undefended there. Well, that's okay. We can drop. We can drop that. Okay, well that gives us a chance now. We'll stick We'll stick the rook on. We'll stick the rook on d1. We'll stick the rook on d1. We'll cover the bishop. We'll be able to cover the bishop if we move it back to b. Okay. Okay. Oh, you got a cup of tea? Oh, quick break in proceedings, 2 seconds, because I've just had a cup of tea. Well, thank you. I've only got 3 minutes left, so it's a cup of coffee actually. Right, come on, think, Boris, think. Okay. Think. Knight. Okay. Okay. Well, move me knight to d4. Offering some cover here. Now this pawn is in the way because of what's coming next. Is he going to try and force a queen trade? I could really do with getting this out of the way. Okay. Yeah, take. He's got to take. In which case I can take. Okay. Right. Okay. No choice but to move the queen to g2. Bit despite I've not managed to get out the starting blocks and mount an attack really, but he's got a really good defence over here. So yeah, it looks like he might come out on top. I mean, he's winning 10 games to 1, so I'm not doing particularly well against Viophile, but I enjoy playing him, as I enjoy playing all the BYP club players, of course. Take. Okay. So we've ended up with a trade of queens. Okay. Yeah, that's left me in a bit of a sticky position. You dirty rat. I'm gonna steal one of the professor's lines there. Come on, think. Think. Okay. So I'm trying to mount a bit of a rear guard action here. Okay. Okay. One minute 20. I've got to be on my toes here in the next few moves, or I'm going to lose on time. And I don't mind losing, but I don't like losing on time. But I guess sometimes it's just the way it goes if you're not fast enough. Right. I don't know if I've got time for this, but we need to get our skates on. Right, okay. Okay. What I really want now is for him to move his knight out of the way. If he moves his knight out of the way, we've got rook to g4. Oh, he's got me a move early. Oh well, we'll play this now. Okay. Okay, we're still down a pawn, so it's not over yet. Even though I've only got just over a minute left, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Not over yet. Okay. King up. Rook, take, and he's got that. So this has got to be the next move. This has got to be the next move. Okay, so there's me time. Okay, I'm gonna lose the game now. I'd like to have traded off the rooks here, but I don't think I've quite got enough time to do it. So his position is better than mine. So Now he's got to move the rook, so I'd like to get me queen, my king here. His knight here is a bit of an issue. So what I think we might have to do, okay, depending on what he does now, but his rook can't really go very far. So okay, I'm going to lose the knight. Didn't really have too much choice there. Oh. Oh. Good move, 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 good move. Okay. It's getting tight. We've just got 30 seconds each. Okay. All right. King up to defend the knight. Yep. He's got a backward pawn there as well. Oh, you rat bag. Okay. No! Oh no, I moved the wrong piece again. Oh, I did it again. I meant to move the knight there. Oh no. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's twice in 2 games. I don't believe it. Oh, you dipstick. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Twice in 2 games. Oh, dear. Twice in 2 games. Come on, think, you donut. Think. Okay. Come on, think. Think. Ooh. Talk about nip and tuck. We need a move. Just to get a few seconds on the clock. We need a move. This game could be decided by one mistake. I don't believe it. Time out. Oh, unlucky, mate. What a great game. So, wow, that was exciting. What a great game, Viophile. Excellent. That was really nip and tuck. Wow. What a result. I didn't think I'd get anything out of that game. So, I'm really chuffed with that. What a game. So, if you watch this, or when you watch this, I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. Player at my level. Really good game. Viophile was rated a bit higher than me. We have some really good games. I know I'm miles behind in the score, but we've had some close games, and that was really super enjoyable. So yes, one time a win is a win. Take them as they come. So I'm chuffed to bits. That's actually made my day because I didn't have a very good weekend played some really daft games and lots of silly moves and stuff, and got really quite annoyed with myself and whatever. But that was superb. So thanks a lot, Viophile. I'll catch up with you back in our correspondence game. Thanks to anyone that's watching. You got any comments? Stick them in. In actual fact, before I sign off. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yo's has put a comment. Yeah, he's cautious to give any live comments that can affect the game. That's why he's silent. Yeah, perfectly understand that. I hadn't even thought about that. But going back to a game we had I played, I think it was against Roadster the other day, or it might have been against Viophile last week. I know someone was commenting on the game, and I think it was Phoenix commenting on the game, but on Lichess, comments are disabled while you're playing a game, so the game can't be influenced. So yeah, well pointed out. So yeah, we don't want comments on here where someone's going to give advice to somebody about do the other. That's not in the spirit of the game. So yeah, excellent job. Thanks very much. Cheers for your comments there, Yoza, and anyone else watching. Hope you really enjoyed this. Thanks again to Viophile. It's not possible without two players. So it was great, and we'll catch you on the next Boris Ospassky live stream. I'm getting quite into this now, quite enjoying it, and I'm going to do some more puzzle videos and bits and pieces. So whatever, if you've got any suggestions other than go away, and don't do any more live streaming, because I will. But no, if you've got any suggestions of anything you'd like me to cover as a beginner player, then I'm quite happy to have a go. So yeah, anyway, thanks very much. Cheers for tuning in, and this is Boris saying good night, and we'll catch you all again soon. Thanks a lot. Good night.